Black activism became more successful in the 1950s and 60s, I contend, because of World War II. Once America was committed to the war effort, they did very well in World War II. Economically, politically, they became a superpower, which meant that the international gaze became, focused on the US, particularly during this Cold War moment, as in the post-World War II era. The international gaze on America as this beacon of democracy. So there's 3 or 4 strands in this. You have Black veterans returning home in huge numbers from World War II. A lot of these veterans are coming out of the South, or going back to the South they came from the South, where they had witnessed life without Jim Crow, wherever they had traveled. Most European nations treated them very well, with equality, with dignity. They come back to Mississippi and to other parts of the South in uniform and are harassed. Their sense of patriotism is violated, their sense of righteousness and citizenship is violated. Those men are able to take advantage of the GI Bill, go to universities and colleges, get educated, and become independent from the plantation system. Those are the men who become the leaders. Medgar Evers is a World War II veteran. Aaron Henry is a World War II veteran. Amzie Moore, all these 3 men in Mississippi, who are known as the 3 local Mississippi leaders who really do instigate the movement at the local level, at the state level. They're all veterans. So they use those networks and build networks to create a mass movement. This is coupled with the federal government feeling forced and compelled to act on civil rights issues because they're trying to transport democracy abroad. And it's hard to do that when African Americans are living under this blatant lack of democracy on their own home ground. So you see Eisenhower forced to send troops to Little Rock because it doesn't look good. The international media is everywhere, so technology plays a big part in this, the development of technology at this moment in time, where photographs and newsreels are created and can be sent around the world very quickly. So you see civil rights activists understanding what's happening on the international stage and using the media for their end, and then forcing the federal government, in many cases, who were trying to slow it down and focus on foreign policy. I call it the perfect storm in the 1950s and 60s, these several elements happening at the same time, which creates an atmosphere where a mass movement can happen. And that's the change. That's what's changing.